Now it says streaming. Okay. All right. Apparently it didn't want to start with everybody else, but it seems to be started now. So we're going to cross our fingers that it actually started. Actually, I'm not going to cross my, well, I am going to cross my fingers, but I'm going to, okay. And YouTube now has it too. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm not touching anything else on my pooter because it's, working and I don't want to goof it up. You know, tech is great when it works, but it's a little cranky sometimes. Okay. So, really cool thing about dining reservations for Disney World. I think this is going to roll out across all of them. It will now, if you're going to book a dining reservation, it will show you all the available times for a day. Um, it used to just show you, like, if you selected a time, it would give you like 3 or 4 times around that. Apparently now it's going to show you the whole day, which is cool. There's also going to be a multi-reservation option they're working on, but they haven't said too much about it. So that's coming in the news as soon as, of course, as soon as it breaks, I will let you know. Um, Marvel Day at Sea is coming back to Disney Cruise Line for 2025. So if you've been waiting for that to come back to book your cruise, stay tuned and let me know because I can help you book it sooner rather than later so that you get your preferred stateroom and all those important details. Because as we do know, they do fill up, they do sell out, they do get more expensive. Um, and we don't want you to have to deal with any of that. So if that's something you're thinking of doing in 2025 and something you know you want to do one of the Marvel cruises, then let me know because I can keep an eye on that and I can keep you updated so that when it's actually ready to book, you can jump right on it and um, get the best pick available. Okay, so that's kind of, oh, Universal. You know, I think I forgot Universal last week. I feel really bad too because I always feel like we do Disney and Universal sometimes doesn't get the credit it deserves because it really is a good place. It's a cool place. It's great for the thrill seekers. It's not so great for the scaredy cats like me, but for the thrill seekers, it's wonderful. And they do, even for scaredy cats like me, they have some really cool stuff. They have Harry Potter, they have Minions. For the littles, they have Dr. Seuss. Um, you know, how cool would it be to be walking around Universal and have the cat in the hat, you know, come up and pose for a picture with you or wave at you as he goes to his greeting spot or whatever. I would like to meet the cat in the hat. I'm an avid reader, can you tell? Um, but Universal they have a couple deals. They have up to 20% off a 4 night package. They have up to 25% off a 5 night 3 park ticket package. They're still doing the buy 2 days, get 2 days free. And you can upgrade that ticket to include Volcano Bay. Um, all the pricing and all that stuff varies by date, so I'm not quoting any numbers to you because um, everybody's situation might be a little different, but I would be happy to look into specific dates for you and help you get those. We did Disney Cruise Line, but don't forget if you want to cruise that's more adult oriented and not as family oriented, Viking has some great river cruise trips, some great ocean trips, and some great expedition trips for 2024 and 2025. You can go to Antarctica and help them study the penguins. You can do the Christmas markets of Europe. You can do Prague and Barcelona and the Mediterranean. Um, and a lot of times Viking also does some, you don't just tour you don't pull into port and just go have a port day and go tour, go walk through the Christmas market. With Viking, you're going to learn about the Christmas market. You're probably going to learn about some of the crafts they sell there and how they make them. There are probably seasonal things at the Christmas market that they sell that you might do an onboard cooking class, to learn about making them, or, maybe the chef will come talk to you about how they make them or something. So there's always Viking has a lot of things that are on board and port excursion kind of connected things where you learn about it and then you go experience it. Um, don't forget our friend Virgin Voyages. They have some really cool, unique excursions. You can swim with pigs. You can swim with skatefish. You can, or stingrays. You can become a mermaid. There's some really cool hiking tours. There's some artwork you can do. It all depends on your destination. But they do have some really unique in-port experiences called shore excursions. And of course, you get a drink credit. All your beverages are, that drink credit can go for all of your beverages and anyone that you befriend on the ship. Doesn't have to be, I know a lot of the cruise lines, it's your group or your party or the people in your cabin. Virgin doesn't care. They just want you to have a good time. You make a new friend, you want to buy them a drink, go for it. Um, don't forget they have Broadway quality shows. They have Michelin star rated chefs. So you're going to eat well. You're going to be well entertained. You're going to have beautiful ocean scenery. Don't forget about those hammocks. Don't forget there's fitness center on board. There's the walking and running path that's marked out on the deck. And of course, don't forget the spa. You can get a massage. You can get a facial. You can use the steam room. Um, Sometimes there may also be, I don't want to call it the ice room, but the thing where you go from really cold to really hot, or really hot to really cold, rather. That is available sometimes. Kind of depends on your ship and your destination. Don't forget you can also do principal. Thinking of my cat. You can also do princess. They have a lot of new ships. They have a lot of cool stuff going on too. I don't want to leave them out. There's always Carnival the Fun Ship. You could do an all inclusive if that's something you're looking for. Maybe a warm sandy beach all inclusive. If you're in the part of the country where winter doesn't seem to be ending. So they are all options. All right, so let's talk dates and timing. Spring break is upon us. My son starts spring break now. Today was his last day of school before spring break. Now it is a week earlier this year for some odd reason. I mean, this is his last year. It's been the same week every year except this year. They made some changes to the academic calendar for the high school, and I think that's what prompted spring break to move. But if it's not spring break for your kids, it's going to be spring break soon. I think my son's going a little early, but I know March is high spring break month. So that means that the end of the school year, summer vacation, graduation, they're all creeping up close. If you want to travel, especially in the early part of the summer, if you have the opportunity, to travel somewhere and you can go before their school's let out so that your crowd levels and stuff are lower. If it works for you, I recommend it. We've done that when my son was little. We did that with a couple places. We did it in Colorado. We did it in California. Um, so, just an FYI, there, that window is not opening any wider. It is only narrowing. So if you haven't made your summer vacation plans, maybe you want to talk about it during spring break. If you're doing spring break with people you usually travel with, maybe you want to talk about it over Passover or Easter or whatever your spring holiday celebration is. Maybe you don't do maybe you do more like a friend spring get together or something, but whatever it is, you probably want to start nailing down those travel dates. It's also not a bad time for those of us that like to travel in the fall to think about a trip to Florida for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, or a trip to do Halloween Horror Nights at Universal, or a trip up into New England to see the fall colors. New York City for Christmas, Disney for Christmas, Universal for Christmas, Disneyland for Christmas. It's a little early to do Christmas. It's not really too early. It's all available. It might feel a little early though, but if that's something you want to do, you're gonna have, the earlier you book it, the better your options are. So if that's something you're even thinking about and you would like to just get some preliminary information so that you can figure out a better timeline or whatever, I'm happy to help with that. Just reach out to me and let me know. Um, Going to be doing some more Disneyland Paris research this weekend. Um, I had somebody reach out to me last week about Disney World 2024, the week between Christmas and New Year's, which is one of the most magical times to go. Um, but it also tends to be a bit crowded. So, I mean, they do some really cool stuff just for that week. It's definitely cool to be there, but there is a crowd factor. So if you don't like crowds, you might want to look at earlier in December. Maybe not Thanksgiving weekend, but like that first week after Thanksgiving when most people have traveled for Thanksgiving and won't be traveling because they'll be back at work, saving their time for the Christmas break. Um, so all things to think about. It was very wet at my house this week, but it has dried up. The sun has actually peeked out a couple times. So I hope your weather is improving. Also, for those of us who deal with daylight savings time, clocks change Saturday night. So be sure that you spring forward. Otherwise, you're going to be late on Sunday and you're going to be like the white rabbit running around going, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. And nobody wants to feel that way, especially on a Sunday. So be prepared. Um, Everybody have a great week. Let me know if I can help you travel. It's always better to travel with a friend like Jen. And I will see you next week. Everybody have a great week ahead. Bye.